Hello and welcome to French Philosophers React, a philosophical take on the news headlines for today, September 12th, 2024. This is an AI-generated podcast and can make mistakes. Use it for generating possible ideas, but don't rely on it as an authoritative guide to the news or to the details of French philosophy. In the news today, story, long NHS delays are leading to thousands of unnecessary deaths and have ruptured the social contract between the NHS and the people, according to an inquiry led by Lord Ara Darzi. The study found that long waits for hospital, GP, and mental health services are causing around 14,000 extra deaths per year. The report also highlights the impact of years of neglect on the NHS, including a 15-fold increase in patients waiting over a year for treatment since 2010. Prime Minister Keir Starmer will use the findings to warn that the NHS must reform or die, and will promise long-term health reform, but rule out tax rises as a solution. So what might French philosophers have to say about this news item? The story of long NHS delays leading to thousands of unnecessary deaths is a stark reminder of the devastating consequences of neglecting the social contract between the state and its citizens. Through the lens of Catherine Malabou's philosophical work, I argue that this crisis is not just a matter of inefficient healthcare management, but rather a symptom of a deeper ontological problem, the failure to acknowledge and address the plasticity of human existence. In What Should We Do with Our Brain? Malabou argues that the human brain is a site of constant transformation, shaped by its environment and experiences. This idea of neural plasticity has significant implications for our understanding of human vulnerability and resilience. The story highlights how long waits for healthcare services are not just frustrating, but actually have a profound impact on patients' lives, exacerbating existing conditions and leading to avoidable deaths. This is because the delay itself becomes an environmental factor that shapes the patient's brain and body, further entrenching their vulnerability. Malabou's concept of plasticity can also help us understand the 15-fold increase in patients waiting over a year for treatment since 2010. This staggering statistic suggests that the healthcare system has become increasingly rigid and inflexible, unable to adapt to the changing needs of its users. The plasticity of human existence demands a corresponding flexibility in our social institutions, which is precisely what is lacking in the current NHS system. Furthermore, Malabou's work on the relationship between economics and ontology can shed light on Prime Minister Keir Starmer's promise to reform or die without raising taxes. In The Future of Hegel, Malabou critiques the neoliberal ideology that underpins much of modern economic policy, arguing that it is based on a flawed understanding of human nature as inherently self-interested and competitive. This ontology has led to the erosion of social welfare systems like the NHS, which are seen as inefficient and burdensome. However, Malabou also suggests that there is an alternative ontology at play, one that recognizes the inherent interdependence of human existence. This perspective emphasizes the need for collective care and mutual support, rather than individualistic competition. By framing the NHS crisis as a matter of reform or die, Starmer is inadvertently reinforcing the neoliberal ontology that has contributed to this crisis in the first place. Moreover, Malabou's concept of explosive plasticity can help us understand the ways in which the current healthcare system is ripe for disruption. In Ontology of the Accident, she argues that accidents and crises can be opportunities for transformation and renewal, rather than simply destructive events. The story highlights how years of neglect have led to a system that is on the brink of collapse. But this very collapse could also be a chance for radical reform. In conclusion, the story of long NHS delays leading to thousands of unnecessary deaths is not just a tale of bureaucratic inefficiency or economic mismanagement. Rather, it is a symptom of a deeper ontological crisis, our failure to acknowledge and address the plasticity of human existence. Through Malabou's work, we can see that this crisis demands a fundamental transformation of our social institutions, one that recognizes the inherent interdependence of human existence and the need for collective care and mutual support. Thank you for listening to today's episode of French Philosophers React. Be sure to come back tomorrow for more reflective takes on the day's news.